Hello, I am Naresh. In this video, we are going to see some important automations for effective utilization of epics. First of all, I'll create an epic in this epic automation company managed software project. So to do that, I am going to roadmap. You already know that it is very easy to create epic from the roadmap. Let me write this as epic automation to change the status to in progress from to do. So this is the name of my epic, and let me create stories in it. Let me write story 1. Let me write task 1, and let me write bug 1. So these are childs for EA1 epic. So if I go to the epic, let me open the epic first. So this is our epic. So my use case is, see here, actually our development team starts working on these child issues. Suppose, for example, our development team picks this story and starts working. So they put this into in progress status. So if they put the status of the story into in progress, the epic also should change from to do to in progress. So that is our use case. So no need of manual work is needed to put this into in progress. Okay, the status of the epic has to change to in progress automatically if the child issue status changes to in progress. So this is the use case. So to achieve that, we need to create a automation rule. So let me change this back to do. So let me go back to the automation rule. So to create automation rule, you can go to project settings. Thereafter, you can click on automation. Otherwise, here you can have a icon for automation. You just click here and click create automation. So you can go straight away to automation rule creation. First of all, what is the trigger point? Trigger point is a transitioning of the issue to in progress is the triggering point. Okay, so this is the trigger point, and the action should be changing the status of the epic. So first of all, let me write the trigger point. So trigger point is issue transitioned. Issue transition is the trigger point. Let me choose issue transition to in progress status. Okay, let me save this. So this happens in the child issues. Okay, let me choose a branch here. Let me choose branch rule or related issues. Here I am choosing epic. So the action should be take place in epics. So I am choosing branch as epic, and now let me choose the condition is issue fields condition, and status is doesn't equal to in progress. Okay, so this automation rule should work if the status of the epic is doesn't equal to in progress. Then uh, then the action is transition issue. Here you have to choose in progress. Okay, let me name this as in progress to epic. Let me keep this as simple. Let me turn it on. So See here, this is the trigger point. If the issue is transition to in progress status, then in the epic, if the epic status is doesn't equal to in progress, then you have to transition the issue to in progress. So this is the automation rule which I have created. And let us see now. Let me refresh this. Actually, let me move this back to do and let me refresh this. Yes, so the epic has moved to its original status. So now let me change this to in progress. So this is the trigger point for me. And so now you can see that the child issues portion turned into blue color. And you see here, the epic status automatically turned into in progress. So this is the magic, okay, which has been created by this Jira for automation. Okay, so now I want to now my use case is if let me move this task status to in progress and let me uh, move this also in progress. Okay, so let me move this to done and the task is also completed and bug is also completed. Now let me refresh this. So see here, the epic status has not changed to done. So because we have not created automation rule. So our use case is if all child issues are completed, the issue status must be in done automatically. So that is our use case. So then we need to create an automation rule. So to create automation rule, again, let me go back to the return to the list. See here, actually we are having a library. You can have many templates here, several templates here. Okay, several examples of automations are available here. If you want, you can choose straight away. So my use case is see here similar to this template. See, when all stories are completed, then close epic. So this is my use case. Okay. So yes, these are all the stories for the epic. Okay. So when all stories are completed, just close the epic. So that's why I am going to choose this template. Okay, without creating a manually. See here, this is the trigger point. When issue transition to done, and this is the trigger point, and this is the place where action needs to be taken. So for epic, if status doesn't equal to done, okay, and the stories match. See here, if you click here, you can see that so related issues are stories and condition all match specified JQL status equal to done. So this condition is necessary. Why? Because so if all child issues has the status equal to done, then only the automation rule needs to do action. Okay. So this is very important. Okay. All child issues must turn into done status. Then only the automation rule changes the status of the epic to done. So this must be there. This condition must be there. Okay. Otherwise, what happens is, uh, the suppose all are in progress. Otherwise, what happens is if one of the child issue turns into done, the epic also moves to done. So that is not correct, right? So we must be careful in giving this condition. Okay. So all okay all stories must match status equal to done, then only transition the issue to done. So let me turn it on. Okay, Let me go to rules. You can see, yes. See, when all stories are completed, then close the epic. So this is the automation rule what we have taken from the library. Okay. So let me go back to the project, and if you go back to the backlog, so there, if you go to epics, so there you can find the epic. See, this is our epic EA1. Let me click here. So this is our epic. Okay. So now let me move everything back to do. Let me refresh it. Let me refresh it. Actually, see here. See everything. See every child issue is in to do status, but see epic is still in progress. So this is also not correct. So the epic also needs to change to do. Yeah. So we will work on this automation later. Okay. Let me move this to do. Okay. Now let me move this to in progress. Let me refresh the ticket. So see here, when one of the child issues is in progress, so the epic status turns into in progress. So this is correct, right? So because of the automation rule, what we had created, so this works, right? And let me move this in progress. Let me move this bug also to in progress. So still the epic is in progress. See, I am refreshing it. Still the epic is in progress, correct? Now let me move this to done. Let me refresh this. Still the epic is in progress status. Let me move this to done. Let me refresh this. Still this is in progress. Now the last one of the child issues, I am turning this into in done status. Let me refresh this. Let me refresh this. Yes. See here, the epic status has been turned into done. Correct? So this is the power of the automation. Now let me move this back to in progress. Let me move one of the issues to in progress. Now what happens? See the magic. So back to in progress. Even though the two child issues are completed, and one issue still is in progress status. That's why the epic has been moved to in progress from the done. Okay, this is correct. Let me go back this to in progress. Let me back to in progress, and let me back to do. Uh, let me back to do. Let me back to do. But see here, the epic is still in progress. Still, it is in progress. Okay. So we need to work on this. We need to create automation rule. All right. Let us create automation rule right now. Let me go to settings, automation, and let me create rule. Okay. So now the trigger point again is the issue transition. Okay. Let me create issue transition. Let me choose issue transition. And now when issue transition to do. Okay. So this is the trigger point. When issue transition to do. Now where the action has to be taken, that is in epic. Okay. So let me save this. Now the condition. Now the condition. What is the condition? Hmm? When the epic is, let me choose the issue field condition. When status doesn't equal to do. Okay. When the status doesn't equal to do, the automation rule has to work. And we need to give one more condition. Right? Okay, guys. So let me open that. Sorry, I have closed the tab of the Epic. Let me open the Epic for you. Yes, this is the epic. Yes. See here, suppose, let me back to in progress fast. So now every child issue is in progress status and epic is also in progress. This is correct. Let me move one of the child issue back to do. Let me refresh this. Can you tell me, is this correct? Yes, it is correct because one issue is in to do and two other issues are in progress. Therefore, you can mention or you can put the status of the epic into in progress. This is correct. And let me back. mm, Let me change the task status to do. Now, my dear friends, is this correct? Yes, this is also correct. Okay, even though the two issues are in to do status, the bug still is in progress. Thereby, the epic is also in progress. Okay, so this is correct, right? When I change the bug is also into to do. Now, my dear Jira friends, is this correct? Still the in progress, still the epic is in progress status. It has to change to do. So now, can you tell me what is the condition for the automation rule? The condition is, what is the condition for automation rule? Please tell me. The all child issues, otherwise all stories of the epic, okay? Otherwise, the status of all stories of epic must be in to do. Then only the automation rule needs to take an action. Got my point? Again, I am saying the condition. This is very, very important condition. All stories here, see here, the story is a story. The task is a story. The bug is a story in my point of view. All stories of an epic must be in to-do status. Then only the Jira for automation needs to take an action on this epic. Okay, so this is the condition we need to mention here. Okay, to mention that, you need to choose related issues condition. Here, if you go to related issues, you can choose stories. In condition, you can choose all match specified JQL, and here you can enter status equal to do. Okay, so whenever there is a space in between the two words, you must need to give quotations. Otherwise, it won't take. If you validate query, three issues are come. Therefore, this JQL is correct. Okay, let me save this. Okay, so all stories are other issues in this epic match status equal to do. Okay, this automation rule only works if all issues in this epic must be in to-do status. Then only this automation rule work. Okay, now let me go to the action. This is the final part. The action is transition issue. So here issue means the epic, transition epic. Okay, so let me choose to do. Let me turn on this to do for epic. Let me keep it as simple. Turn it on. Okay. Now let me go back to the epic. Okay. So let me move this to in progress. Let me move this. Otherwise, what we do is let me move this to do. Now we are back to the original position of the epic. Now see. Let me move this to in progress. What happens now? The status of the epic also changes to in progress. Now let me change the task to in progress. Let me change the bug to in progress. Still the epic is in progress. Yes, that is correct. That has to happen. Next, let me move this to done. The epic status should not change to done because other two are in progress, right? Let me move this to done. So still the epic status is in progress. And now let me move this to done. Let me see here. Now let me refresh this ticket. See, now it has moved to done. Let me go back to in progress. Now the epic has to change to in progress. So let me refresh again. See here, in progress. Let me go back to in progress. Let me go back to in progress. Still the epic status is in progress. Now let me move this to do. See here. Let me move this to do. Still the epic status is in progress. That is correct. Okay, why? Because the other two issues in the epic are still in progress. Now let me move this back to do. Still the epic should be in progress. Yes. Now this is the final part. Let me move this to do. Yes. Now all childs are in to do status. Remember, my friends. All stories in the child issue, all stories in the child issue, all stories in the epic are in to do status. Therefore the epic has to move to do. Happened. It happened like a magic, right? So such a powerful automation is there in Jira. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and you will try to implement this in your organization. Okay, so if you like this video, just click on like button, and if you want to get information something like this, okay, in future also, so you can click on subscribe button. Don't forget that, and thank you.